Warning, this isn't your mom's bedtime story. The following content contains graphic gore, foul language, shocking scares, and enough big hair to make the glam rock band jealous. Once you press play on this tale, there's no stopping. Proceed at your own peril.
Hey there, kids. It's y'all, Uncle Henley again. Now, are you all having a good time with our devilishly diabolical tales of terror? Is our taste for blood starting to stir a hunger deep in the darkest recesses of your sadistic little soul? Well, the party's only just begun, folks. And our next story is guaranteed to have you pumping up the volume. Strap on your roller skates, kids. We're going back to a time when the disco roller rink was a truly killer place to be. I like to call this tale the Roller Disco Killer. The Jupiter Mall roller rink on a sweltering summer's evening in downtown Chicago smelled like Pepsi, popcorn, pizza, sweat, and something not quite dead, trying to stay groovy on the last ever Saturday session of disco skating before its eventual and timely closure. Under the twinkling disco lights, teens spun like records inside the rink, wearing neon leg warmers, neon tights, neon t-shirts, plastic neon jewelry, and statement earrings. The bolder and more colorful, the better. While all the hairspray can girls and boys held their massively large permed heads high, even George Michael would have been intimidated by the amount of hair on show. While the skaters flaunted their style as much as their skating skills, the rink wasn't just for skating. It was a place to showcase the latest fashion trends, dance to your favorite songs, and enjoy a collective, liberating experience. Out of the rink, people who weren't into a neon rainbow of color wore the comfy outfits of choice, sweatsuits, or anything that Molly Ringwald and the rest of the Brat Pack would wear, and you'd be on point. Around the rink, the speaker stacks throbbed with a mix of Depeche Mode, Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, and Salt and Pepper. In the elevated sound booth in the middle of the rink, DJ Rory O'Brien, sporting a voluminous velvet hairstyle cut in layers, giving it a full and airy look, fed a fresh cassette into the state-of-the-art deck player.
This next track is gonna blow your brains.
He laughed into the mic, acting like he was king of the world, because he was. The great pretender, always entertaining the crowd, leading dance-offs and tossing out shout-outs to skaters over the speakers. Rory kept the energy high and ensured nobody left without hearing at least one song they'd be singing for weeks.
But don't let that stop you from grooving to my tune.
Soon, the unmistakable lyrics of MJ's Thriller thundered from the speakers, overcutting the DJ's deep radio-style voice. 3 songs in, and a blonde high school senior hit the floor hard. Blood gushed from her headphones like they were pumping Kool-Aid instead of bass. Her legs twitched in time with the beat, click, clickety click. Nobody noticed at first until some Ice Cube lookalike dressed in a striped pink and white short-sleeved shirt skated into her, screaming so hard that the mirrored ceiling could have cracked as her body limped into one final beat. Then the lights went out. The rink went dark, but the music continued. A new track kicked in, low, warbling, off-pitch like a violinist about to fall off stage. A voice rasped over the entire complex.
Skate or die.
It became unbearably louder, echoey, scratchy, as if somebody was scraping their fingernails across a blackboard. Some patrons held their ears while others booed the DJ.
Time to decide, children. Skate or die.
Sparkly-clad Dina Starr was already skating as fast as possible around statues of other skaters, mesmerized by the ultimatum through the smoke from the fog machine. She had seen enough horror movies to know a blackout at a mall party meant somebody was about to get slashed. And she wasn't about to be final girl fodder either, not without a fight, even though today fell on Friday the 13th. She kicked open the gate to the DJ booth and found Rory O'Brien slumped over the controls, strangled with his own headphone cord. His eyes were blotchy red and his lips were swollen. But what disturbed her the most was the blood pouring from his sockets, dripping on a cassette case labeled Side A, Death on the Dance Floor. Miriam Bradbury, with her curly ruby locks and plain porcelain complexion, wasn't a superhero like her best friend, who was now scooting towards the DJ booth. Instead, she was just a number in the crowd, a blurred digit at best. However, she knew she just couldn't be another sheep led to the slaughter by something so despicable and evil that the hairs on her arms stood on end, like soldiers standing to attention on parade. So, she grabbed the heaviest lava lamp from the nearest table, red and yellow swirls of wax mixture sliding around inside the glass vessel, and headed for the ring's exterior. The fog machines were still going, and beyond the veil of smoke, she saw her best friend, Dina, disappearing into the booth's entrance. Miriam wanted to call over, but a creep in full Jason Voorhees mode loomed across the rink, and the fear entrenched her entirely, squashing her voice. Dina pulled the tape inside free, but something was drastically wrong. It shimmered, twitched, and vibrated in her hand. It was as if it was breathing somehow, like life was passing through it, like the Statue of Liberty being animated with the special ectoplasm from her favorite film, Ghostbusters 2. Then Dina heard screams from across the floor, but turned too late. A warped figure stepped from the fog wearing a mirror ball helmet and a purple, gold, and shredded staff jacket whom she had seen once at a cousin's birthday party. Wires snaked from his wrists like puppet strings. Where his eyes should be were instead spinning tape reels. Round and round they went, whirring with hypnotic energy. Dina noticed something shimmering mid-riff. Squinting, she saw a serrated vinyl record like a saw blade in his left hand, and with every stomp, he swung the blade. With the flashing strobes, pulsing neon, and swirling colored lights of the arena, skaters fell around the rink like a performance from Les Miserables. It was as if the killer had moved in harmony with the beat as he slashed and cut and slashed again. Amid blood and screams, finally his tape eyes found her dead ahead, he swung back the record and released. Dina skated from the booth as a vinyl record came crashing over the top of her skull like a frisbee and embedding itself in the backbone. She didn't dare stop or look and reached the other side of the rink, crashing over the barrier with speed. Within moments, she was up on Wobbly Gray's legs, grabbing Miriam's hand and pulling her best friend away from the maniac through an adjacent gift shop. Past Claire's, where the mannequins bled glitter from their headless torsos. Past the slushy juice shop, where something ungodly growled in the blender, even though it wasn't on. Around the mall, every speaker crackled with the same cursed voice. Now looping.
Rewind your soul. Fast forward your life. Your time on Earth is about to end.
A blood-slick skater slammed into them, breaking the friend's connection. Dina shoved him off. It was Brandon, her ex. He stumbled backward with dead eyes, swaying unnaturally with other patrons, blood pooling from their eardrums. The music had them in a psychedelic trance. The friends needed to kill the beat, or the beat would end them. When Miriam took the tape from her friend's hand for some unexpected reason, something clicked in her brain from watching the local news reports regarding music tracks containing subliminal messages when played backwards. It was a phenomenon often referred to as backmasking. Knowing exactly how to end the mayhem, she tugged Dina away from her dying ex.
We gotta run. Like now. But no buts, come on. Because we only have one chance to stop this nightmare, Dee.
They bolted into a Sam Goodin megastore, the only place open with analog gear, and navigated to the nearest aisle. Just as the roller disco killer stepped into view with the sharpened record in hand, blood dripping from its edges, Miriam found a dusty tape deck, jammed in the cursed cassette, and hit rewind. Instantly, the lights flickered in the store while the music screamed in reverse.
Going to take back your life. Going to set your soul free. Let me light shine on you.
With it, a swelling vortex of energy appeared, sucking the maniac through the doors of the megastore into the middle of the roller rink. While teens collapsed inside the rink, twitching like dying VHS tapes, the roller disco killer staggered into view. Clutching his helmet or head, it was hard to tell where one ended and the other started, as his entire body violently shook, trapped by invisible forces. Miriam hit eject and smashed the cassette with the lava lamp. Another burst of energy shot through the mall like a death rattle. Above the rink, the mirrors shook and cracked, finally shattering around the remaining skaters, and the roller disco killer fell into a pooling smoke. Spools of tape unraveling from his chest like intestines, blown apart by a grenade. Then the complex's lights failed and were replaced with the sounds of the dying. By morning, the police blamed faulty wiring, a gas leak, and group panic that had consumed the Jupiter Mall roller rink, turning it into a chaotic mass of death and destruction. From 2 eyewitness statements, they only retrieved a shredded purple and gold staff jersey from the middle of the roller rink. But Miriam and Dina knew better. They knew the truth, even though they couldn't explain everything they had witnessed. Somewhere out there, another cassette was waiting with another mix in another mall, in another roller rink, in another city. Because horror never dies. It just flips to side B. Well now, wasn't that just a fun-filled little jaunt around the roller rink? Makes me want to go strap on my skates again for old time's sake. You sure can chase somebody down a hell of a lot faster when you've got wheels on your feet. Now, if you're nice, I might even let you borrow a pair. After all, it's always much more fun when my prey is able to get themselves a nice little head start. Anyhow, it's time to turn on in, kids. So you go in, turn them lights off now. Get all comfy in that bed of yours. And just when you think you're finally about to go to sleep, take a peek out that window of yours. Your good old Uncle Henley will be standing there with his skates on, waving hello and looking for an easy way in. See y'all in your nightmares, kids.